Hey, what's up everybody? It's the People's Crypto. I'm back again with another video. We have some interesting new developments in the cryptocurrency space, but before we dive in, please keep in mind that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and please seek out a financial advisor with a background in cryptocurrencies or digital assets. Our first story is titled Blockchain and Crypto Will Challenge Current Finance, Nigerian VP says. Yomio Simbayo sees potential for crypto and blockchain. Nigerian's Vice President Yomio Simbayo delivered a speech at an economic summit on Friday in which he spoke positively of crypto and blockchain. And keep that in mind when you see these negative news stories that get pumped into the media and they bring that to the forefront. They will never ever bring out these positive stories so you can read and see. So just keep that in mind when you're seeing all of these crazy negative stories where Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and all these other people come out and try to bash cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. And the story continues and goes on to say, and I quote, "There's no question that blockchain technology generally, and cryptocurrencies in particular, will in the coming years challenge traditional banking, including reserve banking, in ways that we cannot yet imagine," end quote. Omio Simbayo said on Friday during the Central Bank of Nigeria, or CBN, Bankers Committee Economic Summit, and I quote, "We need to be prepared for the systemic shift, and it may come sooner than later," end quote, he said. So, here's one individual who sees the change that's happening, with DeFi and all of these other great things that cryptocurrency has to offer. Yet we have all of these other people who are supposedly legends in finance, like I guess you can say Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, all of these people who supposedly are so wise that they can't see, Bitcoin having any utility or use case. And they see it as pretty much a gamble, and it's pretty interesting. But we're going to touch on Bill Gates right now, actually. And this is pretty funny. Let's take a look at the next story. It says Bill Gates issues serious Bitcoin warning as Tesla billionaire Elon Musk stokes crypto price mania. Billionaires from Microsoft founder turned global philanthropist Bill Gates to Tesla chief executive Elon Musk are weighing in on Bitcoin. Even Mark Cuban can't resist, and Mark Cuban is a flip-flopper also, but he owns tons of Bitcoin, so just keep that in mind also. You can research that for yourself. It says, after Musk sent the Bitcoin price sharply higher with pro-Bitcoin tweets, Tesla added 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin to its balance sheet, pushing Bitcoin still higher. Now, with the top Federal Reserve officials expressing their surprise at Bitcoin's latest bull run, Bill Gates has warned that people with less money than Musk should probably watch out. Interesting, right? I have another funny thing to tie into this, right? And it goes on to say, and I quote, "Elon has tons of money and he's very sophisticated, so I don't worry that his Bitcoin will short or randomly go up or down," end quote, Gates told Bloomberg in an interview. And I quote, "I do think people get bought into these manias who may not have as much money to spare. My general thought would be that if you have less money than Elon, you should probably watch out," end quote. So he goes on to say this, right? So he doesn't really, Bill Gates is not a firm believer in Bitcoin. Who knows? He may even have some, but he wants to play it down. So we can never be too sure. But what's really, really funny about, Bill Gates is negative comments towards crypto and Bitcoin is the following. Let's take a look at this, right? So here's a patent for a cryptocurrency system using body activity data. And this is a Microsoft patent, believe it or not. I will include the link to this in the description below, but here's the applicants: Microsoft Technology Licensing LLC, One Microsoft Way, Raymond Washington. There you go, right? Interesting. His, former company, if you will. I'm pretty sure he still owns tons of shares of Microsoft. So here's, an abstract detailing the human body activity associated with a task provided to a user may be used in a mining process of a cryptocurrency system. Interesting, right? And yet he is a basher of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. I guess if it's not his particular cryptocurrency or something that he's working on or his company's working on, he has no interest in it. So, just be mindful of when these wealthy people or these people with power and influence say these negative things in regard to Bitcoin, who knows, Bill Gates might be buying up tons and tons of Bitcoin through other entities and saying that he doesn't personally have it. So you can never be quite, you can never be too sure what these people are thinking or doing behind closed doors. But clearly, this cryptocurrency system using body activity data is something that Microsoft will potentially be rolling out in the near distant future. So just be mindful of that when these people say these things. It's extremely interesting that he would be negative on Bitcoin, yet, your company that you founded they have a patent on a cryptocurrency body system, which creepy and very, very interesting. Also, I believe Microsoft is also building out some things on top of the Ethereum blockchain. So pretty interesting stuff. Let's take a look at our next story, which isn't necessarily a story, but it's just something that I found which is pretty interesting. So Nasdaq Crypto Index, or NCI, tracking the crypto landscape. So like I've been saying for a very long time, cryptocurrencies are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. There's going to just be a variety of cryptos that die, and there's going to be a large variety that survive. So just be careful where you're putting your money. But this thing is here to stay. Nasdaq, they already have a crypto index in the works. Just be very mindful of that. Core exchanges and core custodians. See the exchanges here, and you see the custodians. You see Fidelity, Gemini, Coinbase, BitGo, Bitstamp, Coinbase, Gemini, and I believe Coinbase and I believe Gemini will be going public soon. And they have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Chainlink, and Stellar Lumens, which we talked about in the previous video, how Stellar Lumens is helping world governments develop their central bank digital currency. So that's an investment opportunity, not my investment advice. If you're thinking of getting into Stellar Lumens, that's on you. Do your own research, obviously. But I'll include the link to this in the description below. But yeah, just be very mindful of where you are putting your money. And like I said, this industry is here to stay. The people who get in now will be the winners, and the people who don't get in at all, unfortunately, they will be the losers. Let's take a look at our next story. Grayscale opens doors to altcoins exploring more than 23 new tokens. So Grayscale has, they were on a Bitcoin and Ethereum buying spree. Now they're considering looking into various Ethereum-based DeFi governance tokens. We have Aave here, we have Uniswap, we have Compound, we have MakerDAO, we have SushiSwap, we have Synthetics Network, Yearn Finance, and they're also looking into Ethereum's competitors such as Cardano, Polkadot, EOS, Cosmos, and Tezos. And they're also looking into reserve rights and a couple other cryptocurrencies. But like I said, it might just be smart to follow the money, but obviously be very careful and do your own research. But it looks like some of these cryptocurrencies will not be going away. However, like I said, and like I pointed out in a couple videos back, cryptocurrencies do actually die. So just be mindful of where you're putting your money. This is a new asset class. It can make you extremely wealthy. And the flip side to that is it could potentially ruin you. So just be very careful where you're putting your money. Diversify is necessary. Obviously, we know Bitcoin is the king, but you would need at least $46,000 right now to at least have one Bitcoin. You could potentially put some money in Ethereum, Cardano, or other cryptocurrencies where you could get a large bag. Potentially, hopefully, these coins go up in value and you can become a millionaire that way. So there's a variety of ways to become wealthy in the space. Just be very careful where you're putting your money. But yeah, let's take a look at our next story. Cardano reaches all-time high ahead of Ethereum in transaction volume. So Cardano, if you aren't aware, they actually hit a new all-time high of $1.40. It says $1.38 here, but it actually reached $1.40 earlier today, making Cardano the number 3 cryptocurrency in the ranking of cryptos. And I'll take a look and show you that right here. So they're number 3. They're behind Ethereum. They're gunning for them. My take on this is that if Cardano is able to implement smart contracts and potentially maybe steal some Ethereum based tokens like a Synthetics or a Maker or Aave, if they're able to pull some of those tokens that's on the Ethereum network, then I think they have a very, very good chance of actually going a lot higher, and they actually need to take some of those different Ethereum based tokens. They need some projects on Cardano. That's for sure. Ethereum's already up and running. The only issue that we have with Ethereum right now is that those gas fees are ridiculously high. But you have a lot of investors now looking at Cardano as the potential replacement for Ethereum. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. I think Cardano may actually get some Ethereum players in their platform, but only time will tell. If they're able to successfully launch their smart contracts platform and get some great projects on there, if they can take some from Ethereum, I think that would be excellent, but only time will tell. And, you know, for the time being, Cardano is somewhat still a gamble, and it's not a guarantee. They need to release those smart contracts and other DeFi type platforms on their network. If they do that, then they have a great chance of succeeding in the future. But anything can happen. Remember, XRP at one point was number 3, and then they were number 2, and then look what happened. The XRP is currently number 7 right now, and you know they have that case right now with the SEC, and it's not necessarily looking good. But they'll probably pay a fine, and they'll pump sometime in the future, maybe a year or 2 years from now. But it's inevitable that will probably happen. They'll pay a fine of some sort. But yeah, Cardano is actually doing extremely well. Let's see how high it'll go. I have some Cardano. Let's see what happens. That's actually going to wrap it up for the Cardano news. Let's take a look at the prices, which we were already looking at. Bitcoin is 46,594.79. Ethereum is 1,467.42. Cardano is $1.32. Binance Coin is $225.59. Tether is 99 cents 85. Should be $1 really. Polkadot is 33.42. XRP is 43 cents. Litecoin is 171.70. Chainlink is $26.44, and Stellar Lumens is now in the 10th spot. It is 44 cents, and that is actually going to wrap it up for this video. And yes, I hope you enjoyed listening. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You can find me on YouTube, bitlink.tv, theta.tv. I'm also on Odyssey/Library, great platforms, and I would like to thank everyone who commented on the post. I will actually leave your @ in the description below saying thank you, and that is going to do it for this video, and I will see you guys and gals later.